So today, on the continuing refresh of my '07 Duramax, aka Elvis, doing the thermostats. From what I understand, the thermostats in this truck have been bad since the day I got it, because it never runs more than like 150, 160. And I didn't know it at first. I just like, oh, diesels run cooler, because this was my first diesel truck. It took forever to get warm in the cold, and it was just like I could leave it cranked up on 90 basically the entire time, and I was just regulated by the fan speed because it really wasn't that hot. But I later found out that the thermostats fail. When they fail, they're designed to fail in the open position, so that would be why it does this. And I don't know if this is true. Somebody can confirm or deny this for me, but one of the guys from PPE told me that these things actually have a different fuel map below a certain coolant temperature. So if the thermostat's stuck open and it's running cooler like mine is, it could potentially be sacrificing fuel mileage. So I don't know if that's true. I'd like it to be true, so we're gonna give it a shot. This thing's extremely dirty. This is broken when I got it. I'll fix that eventually. And the engine bay is super dirty, so don't hate me. But thermostat housing is right here. I've never done this before, so we're gonna go through it together. From what I understand, you have to drop the belt, unbolt the AC, and you can kind of just flop it out of the way. I also read briefly that you don't need to do that because the whole thermostat lifts. I'm gonna do a little more reading here real quick and figure it out. Either way, this has to come off, so let's go grab some Torx fittings. So this one here, at least on my truck, appears to be a T30. Yeah, and then you got the flathead slash 8mm slash 5/16 over there. I'm just gonna use a screwdriver because I can. I've said this in previous videos, that's not my car. It's the guy that owns this property and lives here. And I don't know why I opened the wrench drawer when I'm clearly looking for a screwdriver. So yeah, this is where I built the Escalade. And now he parks this in here because I'm not here that much anymore. Oh, okay. I guess we can do it like that too. Let's do the oh, nice. It's so dirty. You know, they always do like the little Home Depot resonator cap mod thingy. I've never done that. Don't know why. I've never actually taken this off before, but maybe I won't put it back on. Now, just from what I briefly gathered, looking at some other videos and stuff on this, is that you gotta unplug these to unbolt this hose bracket here so that all this can lift up out of the way. I'm gonna try to do this without removing the AC compressor, because I read in the comments of somebody else's video that you could do that, and like 4 people liked it, so we're gonna try it, see if that actually works. So right now I'm disconnecting this little bracket deal here. Gotta take 13 ratchet wrench, get that off, and I'm not totally sure what all else will make itself present after that to pull this whole housing up, but we'll see. So I got all those bolts out. This front one here is just the bleeder. I opened that just to see if anything came out, and it was like right at the tippy top, so I guess that's good. It's loose now. I don't know, I got the other thermostats ready up there. I'm gonna see if I can pick this up enough to get the old ones out, put the new ones in without having to disconnect any of this stuff. So we'll see. Ah! That hit me in the face. Cool. I'm gonna go get a drip tray as I tear up my bumper even more. At first I was like, yeah, screw it. We'll just let her run out onto the floor. But now I'm kind of feeling bad getting the ground wet. I don't know where my stupid drain thing is though. I mean, it's the thought that counts, right? Well, if we can get like 20% of it, it'd be alright. I can hear it. Stop it. Yeah. I feel like more of this might have to come off. Maybe not though. I can see I need 2 hands. So, updates pending. So it turns out you can get those in there without pulling the AC or any of that stuff. I just did it. You lift it up enough and it kind of gets pushed into this thing here. And you can finagle both of those in and out without it being any higher. You just kind of need to use 2 hands and guide it out through this little spot here. This is what I took out, and this one was it kind of came up half and half when I pulled the housing off. But see, it's got these vent holes in the back. I read that you want to have those in the back. I don't know exactly why, but they say that you should put them there, or you get symptoms of a bad head gasket or something. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it. I just put them in the back because that's how this one came out. Put it exactly the same way that it was before, and the front one seems to be symmetrical everywhere, so I just put it in. And that was pretty simple, honestly. Now I'm gonna get this cap back on here and bolt it all down, and then pull this breather off and fill the coolant back up until it comes out of there to get all the air out, because that can cause problems also if you don't bleed it correctly. So I got the 2 front and back ones bolted on because the other 2 go on this bracket. Put those on so I could still get to the bleeder. Poured some coolant in there until it started pouring out of here, and then while it was pouring out, I just kind of put the bolt in. I'm gonna put the rest of the bracket on, fire it up, let it get warm, and it may take more coolant. We'll see. I guess it'll just be a process of letting it run. It'll say low coolant. If it is low, put more in, and then it just kind of, I don't know. It's just what I read. We'll see. Maybe it won't eat anything at all. I mean, not that much came out, and I didn't have to pour very much in to make it re-bleed out of there. So give it a shot. So in this bracket deal here, I had to unbolt this connector stand to get to the bolt behind the coolant hose. For that, it was kind of hard for me to find at first. There's one here, one down there. You can see that right down there, and then another one on a stud right here in there. So those 3, and then use the Torx again to undo the little clips from the connectors, so you can get the connectors out of the way to get the bracket out of the way. So now we got it all put back together. I was kind of gonna like bench test it by just plugging in the ECU and leaving that with the bleed screw out, just to make sure nothing was pinched, but I don't know. I trust myself. Those thermostats went in nice and easy, kind of nice. Did a little like you know, whenever you get that O-ring in the right spot, just kind of sits in there. So I think we're good, knock on wood. Gonna fire it up, leave the coolant cap off, and see how it does. All kinds of crap in here. And now we wait. Copyright. It may take a while for the thermostat to open up and actually find out what happens. So I've been driving around for a little bit now. I haven't gotten a low coolant light because before I left I filled it up like all the way to the top, and I let it run for probably 20 minutes, and it just kind of trickled out the overflow with the cap off as it rose little by little. And then once it absorbed a good bit of it, put the cap back on and went driving, and it's running warmer now than it ever did before. See, it's just below center point, probably running, I don't know, 200-ish. That's what my LML used to run at. But before, it was always down at the middle hash mark almost. So hopefully this is enough. If that was enough of a change to get it into the better fuel map, if that's actually a thing, I'm still not sure, but I hope it is, because then I'll get better mileage. But that's something I won't be able to figure out right away. I've driven this thing enough on the highway, loaded and unloaded, to get a good baseline as to what it normally does. So now that the thermostats are functioning properly, I will be able to figure that out on my next couple drives. So I'll keep you updated. If I find anything new, I'll put it in the comments, or maybe make a future video about it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of the Duramax content. Let me know. Escalade, Monte Carlo, whatever. I'm open to anything. I want to help people learn stuff as I'm doing things. You just gotta tell me what you want to see, and I'll make it happen. We'll see you later.